everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim. Today I'm bringing you my potential reads for October. I'm going to put a pause on my Deca TBR for at least this month, and it may be for the rest of this year. Work has been so difficult. A very unusual work year, I will say that. I come home, I'm so exhausted, I can't pick up many books, so I'm feeling like I'm not being as successful with my Deca TBR. So I just want to feel successful, and I don't want to feel like I'm letting you guys down, which I know that's not really the case. But I feel like I'm letting myself down as well because I'm not able to read everything that I need to for my Deca TBR and anything else that I want to be involved with. Because I do want to be involved with the community, but work has just really taken over my time to read, my ability to read, my ability to film, because I haven't read in order to create content for you guys and all of that. So I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to try to do more maybe theme or thematic type months and choose books to go within that and have several to choose from, and then from those I'll pick and read from. So hopefully I'll feel more successful and be able to then create content for you guys, because I do miss being able to sit down and film for you guys, because that's why I started this channel, to share what I'm reading. But I haven't been able to do that, and I have missed it so much. I didn't realize how much I would be missing my channel as much as I have been. But I miss reading so much because I've only been able to do audiobooks, and that is an awesome resource, and I do listen to books going to and from work, but I don't want that to be my only source. So if you, again, like today's content, please consider subscribing if you haven't. Click the like button, notification bell if you want to know when I do upload, because my schedule has been so erratic just with work and all of that. So here is the huge stack of books that, if I don't drop them on my head, I wanted to drop, but anywho. But that's my stack that I'm going to share with you of the books that I am potentially going to read, and hope I at least get to 2 or 3 of them as October goes on. It is a more horror-driven month. So last month was more kind of the thriller, psychological thrillers, and these are more a little bit on the other spectrum. So let's dive into the books that I would hope to be able to at least get to 2 or 3 of them. If I got to 2 or 3 physical books, I would count myself blessed. And then if I get any of my audiobooks, I will share them with you, but I'll share them with you as I go. I think I have a few selected, or at least the audio versions of some of the physical books to go along with them. Anywho, let's get to the books. So the first one on my Discord group, Chaos Cats and Books, I think it's what it's called. I can't even remember my own Discord. That's how much I have been off lately. But anyways, we mentioned talking about reading Insomnia by Stephen King. I do have the audio version, so I'm going to do a kind of an immersion reading with it, and because it is a real big of a chunker, and I can get it up to a 1.5 to a 1.8 speed, and I should be able to somewhat fly through this one. And I've heard that it is very spooky, can be very creepy, and that's kind of the vibe that I'm wanting to go with my books this month. So this is the first one. Along those same lines, I want to revisit Pet Sematary. This is kind of a glossy kind of cover. It's a hardback version of the Pet Sematary, also by Stephen King. I believe I read this when I was a late teen. It's been many years ago. I know I've watched the adaptation to it many years ago when I was still living at home as a teen. So yeah, I want to revisit it and see what I think about it as an adult. This one I got from my little free library in town. This is Beyond Reach by Karen Slaughter, and I've heard she does some very graphic details in her writing, and I haven't read one of her books yet, so I don't know the validity of that, but I've heard that from several different people. But she does a lot of crime, serial killer type books, so I figure a good slasher crime type book would go really well for October. So I'm going to give this one a whirl if I can get to it. We'll see where I'm drawn to in this stack of books as this month goes on. Kind of a more recent purchase from earlier this year. This is Graveyard. This is an Ed and Lorraine Warren book written by Robert David Chase. So I cannot wait to dive in because I love like The Conjuring and the Annabelle and all of that. So these are kind of books based off of their stories. So I can't wait to dive in and see what I think about these novels based on kind of their stories that they have done. And then in the same vein as that previous one, this is The Demonologist, The Extraordinary Career of Ed and Lorraine Warren. So it kind of details their career. And this is written by Gerald Brittle. So kind of dive into their career. I get maybe talk about how they got started, maybe background information and that sort of thing. I think that would be very interesting to know. So kind of more of a nonfiction horror type book. Trying to find my realm within that. This is more of a middle grades horror book. This is City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. I've not read any of her works, but I've heard this is supposed to be very good, following a young girl and her cat. I think she's supposed to be able to see ghosts. Her family is like kind of like the Ed and Lorraine. They're ghost hunters, not so much demon hunters, but more of ghosts, trying to prove or disprove it from what I understood. But yeah, so I can't wait to dive in and possibly read this one. And then this one, I believe I heard about it from Leslie from the Nerdy Narratives channel. This is The Unwelcome by Jacob Stephen Moore. I think is how you would say the last name. So again, kind of a cabin retreat gone wrong kind of story. So I can't wait to dive in. I try not to read too much, and after I read the synopsis, try not to go back in, so I don't know for sure. But got a cabin, got some creepy thing going on the bottom, so maybe something gone wrong, dealing with the paranormal. So that is an option. And then this one, this is called Nightmare by Chad Nicholas, and I think it may have also been the Nerdy Narrative, Leslie from the Nerdy Narratives channel, that I discovered Nightmare. Vaguely remember, I think this is maybe a high schooler, did something wrong, coming back to haunt him, secrets coming out, and the whole creepy paranormal creature type deal. Yeah, so there is this as an option. And then the last one that I did purchase, because I went on a purchase frenzy based off of Leslie's kind of recommendations, off of things that she's read. It wasn't really a recommendations video, but yeah, I still picked up some books based off of what she had to say on some things. And this is Ungodly by Braden Riddick. So again, this is more of a college setting. Some things are going on. I really don't remember too much of what she had to say about it, but it piqued my interest. I read the synopsis several weeks ago, but like I said, a lot of things have been going on this year, and I don't recall exactly what all went on, but I know it's college setting, things go wrong, investigations, and all of those type of mysterious things are happening. So good fit for October, I felt. And I've had this book for quite a while. I think this would be my second reading. This is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. This would be the second book that I would have picked up from this author. I think the first one was Lock Every Door, and I remember I enjoyed it. I wouldn't rank it as being my favorite book, but for an introduction to the author's writing, I thought it was fairly well done. So this would be a second attempt at this author's work, second book. Don't recall a lot about it. I can't wait to go in and really go back in and find it. But this has been on around BookTube for quite a while, so a lot of you guys probably know what it's about. But another mystery murder type of thing. If it goes anything like the previous book, Lock Every Door, I should fairly well enjoy it. But yeah, I've had it for quite a while. Have not read it. I'm not part of the Book of the Month Club. I think I got this off of maybe Pango Books or something along those lines. So that's how I ended up with it, but I am not part of that subscription service. But yeah, so those are my potential physical books that I have. If I read any audiobooks or e-books off of Kindle Unlimited, I will let you guys know that as the month progresses. But yeah, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video. Leave me comments down below. Which of these books are you most interested? Have you read any of them? Did you enjoy them? Just no spoilers, please. But until my next video, you guys, happy reading.